Janusz to task here and asked him to come up with some decisions that were probably pretty difficult to make. We're going to start, Janusz, with your team of the season. Who is it and why?
Well, I mean, there can only be one, right? I mean, on this show, we have to talk about winners, and it wasn't an easy one. So, of course, it's Manchester City, an undisputed class of this league by far. It wasn't their best season by any means, as we've seen it. I mean, if you just look at statistics, 5 losses, 4 draws, but they had to negotiate their way through all the competitions. And I think, the World Cup may have been an issue for them as well, just as it was for everybody else. But I think if you had the rhythm of the season, we would have been talking about Manchester City probably winning by 20 points this season as well. So given everything they've accomplished so far, there's still obviously 2 trophies for them. We'll see how they fare. I've been incredibly impressed with Manchester City again. Not that I didn't think they had the talent, but how much this talent is developing, how much Pep Guardiola is getting the best out of the players year in, year out, the motivation of the players. You look at somebody like Jack Grealish, who I questioned early in the season if he was if it was worth spending over £100 million for him, and look where he's finished the season. So certainly class of the league by a long shot, in my opinion, not maybe indicated in the point differences. Manchester City, of course, the champions.
Because it's obviously hard to avoid a title winner as team of the season. But as you mentioned, going much deeper into everything that we've seen, the fact that they've been as dedicated as they have, the way they entertain, the way they play their football, it's hard to have too many arguments with you picking Man City. But there must have been some close contenders. I wonder where the likes of Brighton came in your list.
Well, they certainly did. If you see Roberto De Zerbi and how much he's improved that team that dominates ball possession. If you look at Jason Steele and the goalkeeper, almost taking extra risk in order to make that system go. And by the way, what I love about that is that players usually don't like to take that sort of a risk. If I'm a player and Roberto De Zerbi asks me to hold the ball an extra second or 2 or 3 so you can bait a player. I mean, we've seen the goalkeeper doing that all the time. I'm saying, oh my God, he's just asking for trouble. But this is what I love about Roberto De Zerbi and the way Brighton play, because he's certainly saying, look, we are going to make mistakes. There's going to be times where it doesn't work, and it's going to look like a howler for you or for players on the pitch. And to do that, to get to the, to the end product is absolutely incredible. So they're great. Obviously, we can talk about Unai Emery and the job he's done since he's come over, Newcastle United, and all of that. So it's always close. But at the end of the day, there's just one winner, and you have to give them credit. And that's Manchester City, who still, no matter what argument I make, are the best team in just about every category.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.